Rashad, why you
Anyway.
didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. So, change of plans. I thought that I would be back at home. If you could tell from the background, this is not home for me. I'm still not home. Change of plans, but we are here, and the stream is still going on. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. We have a Musty Man reunion. Musty Gate, if you remember Musty Gate from a couple of months ago. Musty Gate with Doja Cat, the man with the shirt who hugged her, and she went on a tweet and delete rant and said, "You were musty anyway. Musty shirt, you didn't know my name. I hate you. I hate my fans. Let me tell you guys that I mentioned that I hate my fans and everything like that." She reunited with him at a recent show. I don't know if this was a festival. It kind of looks like a festival. And he was also featured in the show and on the stream of her performance. So here's their reunion.
So you remember that one time where the one time. How do I smell?
You smell amazing.
No, actually, like we just like.
Oh, well, you smell good.
You're like
She's still calling this man Musty.
Amazing. You smell amazing, and
She said what?
like I wouldn't say amazing, but you smell amazing.
Oh, well, you smell good.
You're like I wouldn't say amazing, but you smell amazing, and I now know your name is Ami. I'm like obsessed with your name.
That's fine. You didn't need to know.
No, but I should have known because like you're that
You should
girl.
not
Like,
have known.
Oh my
You
god.
should not have.
Wait, can I be honest?
Yes.
Did you actually throw that musty shirt away?
I don't know.
No. So you're
That's funny. Let me see what the comments are saying. Pre-save her jealous type, and then she shouted him out. They worked it out, remakes. So this was a PR stunt. Doja got us again. This guy's such an attention seeker. Okay, here it is. No, this is crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, because I saw this first from the stream, and I was like, oh, okay, this was the Outside Lands Festival. This is insane, bro. To be smiling like this, and yes, I'm the musty guy. I'm musty. This is it. I think that's an insane thing to proclaim and proclaim proudly. I don't care how much Doja paid you. I don't care how much fame and followers you got off it. This is another one of those clout is a heck of a drug type of situations, because I don't care what check it is. I'm not gonna embrace and brand myself as the musty guy, because then people gonna think you musty even before meeting you. They're gonna be like, oh, you actually smell good because you branded yourself as someone who is musty, who stinks. I couldn't do that willingly. Me personally, I think there has to be some type of boundaries when checks and stuff like that. But that's what I stand. And then on the other end, you know, I feel like I'm speaking about topics and looking at topics on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, that I never thought I would probably. If you asked 5 years ago, I couldn't see myself kind of like talking about the topics I do on my channel. So yeah, there's that as well. You never know. However, I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I'm branding myself as Musty Man. Just me branding that. Musty Man, like, even if it was Beyonce, and Beyonce was like, yo, you want to be my Musty Man road dog and get shouted out at this festival with 100,000 people, and it gives you a chance to get 100,000 followers if I shout you out in it, I still couldn't do it. I still wouldn't be able to do it. It's just too much pride, man. You have to have pride at some point. I understand it's the clout era, the dot era, everything like that. I just personally couldn't do it. What about, let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments and stuff like that what y'all do in a situation like this. All right, next thing's next, man. Fat Joe, lean back. So apparently he called BET Awards pause a form of gentrification. And here it is from Raheem. Shouts out to Raheem Shabazz. This is his take on it. So hip hop's conquistador Sloppy Joe is calling BET's temporary pause of the hip hop awards gentrification is laughable at best, insulting at worst. The gentrification happened when they let his white Hispanic host. Oh wow. A show birthed from a black genius struggle and cultural legacy. That wasn't just gentrification, it was appropriation draped in a fitted cap. Oh, wow. BET's spirit and authenticity took a hit that night, and it's been stumbling to reclaim its soul ever since. Oh, wow. Jeez Louise. So Fat Joe was calling it a form of gentrification, and it's from the source. So I'm going to look it up from the source right now to see what they said. And here we go. We'll see. Because Fat Joe, he's hosted like the last couple of hip hop awards. So I want to see what exactly he said. But this guy is calling. He's like, yo, Raheem was like, nah, bro, you are the gentrification, my brother. That's tough. All right. BET. Fat Joe calls BET Hip Hop Awards pause a form of gentrification from Sean Grant of the source. Shouts out to Sean Grant. BET Awards and Viacom have paused on the BET Hip Hop Awards and Soul Train Awards. BET CEO Scott Mills stated that the team is quote unquote actively thinking about where those award shows might best live in this media climate. But the three-time Hip Hop Awards host Fat Joe claims the pause is quote unquote a form of gentrification. Little by little, over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes at BET and everybody who has something to say, Joe continued. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. It was like the budget, not for me, but the budget just keeps getting chopped and chopped and chopped. You can hear it from Joe below. Oh, man. That's tough. Let me see if I...
Yo, yeah, man. You know what it is, Joe and Jada, man. Hip-hop shit for the culture. I was scrolling yesterday. I seen BET is canceling the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Now, we all know our people. The BET, the Hip Hop Awards, so they started switching. I think they let you host it.
3 years.
They let
3 years.
Kevin Hart do the last one, so they put a little bit of fluidity back into it. But it was a time when it got like the Ratchet Awards and nobody was really going and this and that. Then I guess with the passing of Don Cornelius, whoever was in charge of the Soul Train, I guess, I don't know, slipped. And it didn't have the same fluidity as it had other years, prior to before he passed. Mm-hmm. So now they just canceling it. That's like a loss for the culture. What'd you say?
You want me to say? You just explain what do you want you to say?
I just gave
I got a different approach, man.
Okay.
My approach is factual. BET, this is a form of gentrification, what's going on right now. Right. So I don't know if y'all really want to ask me about this shit right here, right? So BET came up as a community station for Black people, right? The urban culture. And our man, Bob Johnson, took the check. He sold it, first Black billionaire, whatever the case may be. He sold it to Viacom and Paramount, MTV and them, VH1 and them. Little by little over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes in BET, and everybody who has something to say, they've been firing them and this and that. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. Shit was like the budget, not for me, but the budget
just kept getting
chopped and chopped and chopped. And last year, I debuted my single with Khaled in the VMAs, and Katy Perry's still flying through the air in the VMAs. They still blowing out of the cannons. They still flying in the air. They still got all the tricks. They still got the budgets. They got the shit, And so I think in the entertainment world, I don't think I know this was like a form of gentrification. They kept underfunding them, and you ain't got no money to be creative. That's why you was watching the Ratchet Awards and all that. They ain't had no bread. Last year we shot the last joint, and I am.
They have bread.
Andreas, they did Andreas.
What they want to have bread for.
I'm so honored for the opportunity, Connie Orlando and the whole crew to let me host. That was one of the biggest things I ever wanted to do in my life. You know, I look up, if I never told you, I look up to a Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey's my guy at media that I want to be like. And so, you know, that made me feel like I was Steve Harvey of hip hop and trying to keep it consistent. But I saw what they did to him. They just stopped the budgets. They started firing. I almost said arrested. They started firing a bunch of people who brought a lot to the table. And now we're left with, guess what? This ain't working. But nothing without no money, no promotions, no staff, no nothing works. It just don't work. You might as well have called it the Independent Awards. And so, no Soul Train, no BET Awards. But guess what? We got the VMAs.
Those ain't for us.
Well, you got, you know, I'm being honest with you. I love the VMAs too.
I got the VMA, but then still.
I love the VMAs too, but the point is, that's your answer in a nutshell. That's what happened.
They left us with one award show.
The BET,
that ain't really ours anyway.
Yeah, but they got I think the main BET awards.
No, the BET regular awards are still there.
Yeah.
But that's still a little topsy-turvy.
Oh, no, that's that's a second away. The writing's on the wall. If you see everything else falling down as a domino, that's the next one. One little fumble by Kevin Hart, one little joke too many, that shit over too. And so that's what it is. You know, sometimes, you know, and I got a lot of friends at VMAs and MTV, and I love you guys. But, you know, sometimes the goal is to buy your project to suppress you. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is, yo, some big company might come and be like, yo, we want to buy Rewind to 10. Throw us the Billy. And then, like, shut it down. Yeah. Like, yo, this shit got to go. We got to keep this thing moving. Who knows? That's just our take on Joe and Jada.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take there. Interesting perspective. I appreciate it. I'm not going to lie. I feel like if anybody knows on the celebrity side, it would be Fat Joe, especially hosting, like he said, the show 3 times and everything like that. Okay, next thing next. This was a big deal last week with Latto, and now Young Thug has done the same thing. They didn't know why the 45th and 47th president had the same set of parents. And if you know, obviously kind of like what I feel like is basic American knowledge, you would know why. So here we go.
They got the same parents?
Yes. The 45th president of USA and the 47th president of USA both have the same parents. How is that possible?
They got the same parents?
Yes.
I don't get the question. They siblings.
They're not siblings.
Oh, you saying they got the same parents, but they're not siblings?
No. The 45th president and the 47th president have the same parents.
Same parents?
Parents, yeah.
Are you saying how do they have the same parents?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a typical question, bro.
This is easy.
The 45th president and the 47th president got the same parents.
Same parents.
And you're saying how?
How?
They Bushes.
They're not.
He said they're Bushes. Okay. I was about to say for a second, the way he was rephrasing it, he was asking the question back to him. He was asking it like, "Oh, you saying this is a hypothetical riddle?" I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, and then he said they're the Bushes. Keep the schools open, bro. Keep the schools open, man.
Bushes. That's a good answer.
Young Thug is doing his school tour, and he's telling the kids he wish he stayed in school. Me too, Thug. Me too, Thugger. Goodness gracious, man.
Not Bushes. The 45th.
Wait, did Latto answer it?
No, she did not.
Right.
She did not answer. Okay, so the 45th president.
Or he even seen the Latto clip and couldn't answer. That's sad, bro.
Was Donald Trump, and the 47th president is also Donald Trump.
Okay.
Both have the same parents.
See, the reason why I wasn't going to never answer that is because I don't know the numbers that the president was.
All right, bro. Come on, Thugger. Come on, man.
That was the case. That was the case with her also.
Jeez Louise, man. Jeez Louise. Open up the schools, dog. All right, next one. This did pretty well. This was Maisha Hines Allen. She's talking to the fans. The fans have been booing Coach Chris over there with the Dallas Wings. I have stuff to say about this, but first, here's Maisha Hines Allen speaking to the fans wearing the hire or promote Nola Henry shirts and stuff like that. Of course, Nola Henry, the assistant coach with the Dallas Wings. She won a championship this past offseason at Unrivaled with the Rose. No, was it the Rose? Yeah. The Rose with Angel Reese. Angel Reese got hurt. She didn't play the last game. But they had a few other players. I think Brittany Sykes was on the team. Slim was on the team and stuff like that. But regardless, she won the championship. And so fans are like, hire her, promote her. They're all against Coach Chris. I'm gonna just play the video. I'm about to say the same thing.
We want to if you want to do what we want to do well too. But we can hear all the outside noise. Yeah. Even though we didn't start the season off well, we're not playing how we should be playing. But we need the fans to support us. We do. They're not supporting us though, because at the end of the day, Chris is still our head coach. We still need him. We got you. So please, we got you. We got you. Thank you. We appreciate that.
So there it is.
We understand if you want to do what we want to do well too. But we can hear all the outside noise.
And there's the shirts. Nola for head coach.
We start the season off well, we're not playing how we should be playing. But we need the fans to support us. We do. They're not supporting us though, because at the end of the day, Chris is still our head coach. We still need him. We got you. So please, we got you. We got you. Thank you. We appreciate that.
So first of all, I think
we understand
that the players going directly to the fans and saying that it's kind of like also a point of media when people say it in press conferences and things of that sort. And this video, whoever recorded this video and posting it as well, that's a form of media to get it to a larger fan base beyond just these two fans in the stands. Okay. Like I said, I was at National Association of Black Journalists this past week and stuff like that. So it's a lot of people around the country, and I met a couple of people from Dallas. So I asked them how they felt about Paige Beckers. They said, "Oh, I love her, this and that." They said, "Yeah, the team is all right, man, but you got to get rid of that coach. That coach is messing everything up." And my answer, and my kind of perspective on this entire Coach Chris thing, it's his first season. It's his first season as a head coach. This man was an assistant coach on the collegiate level, and then he hopped over into the professional ranks, bro. This is his first season. You have to give coaches at least 2-3 years. If you don't do anything in 2-3 years, that's still early, especially when your best player is a rookie. But still, you know what I'm saying? You have to give him that grace. You have to give him that time, because look at what happened in Chicago. Chicago, things didn't go the way that people wanted it to and everything. But she managed Kennedy Carter better than any coach has since Nikki Collin in the WNBA. She got them fighting all the way up for a playoff spot until the last day of the regular season. And the only reason why they didn't make it was probably because Angel Reese was out at the end of the year. It's the only reason why they didn't make the playoff last year, in my opinion. Do I think that's our grounds? And people were the Chicago fans the entire time. Oh, Coach Spoon, she don't do this. Coach Spoon, don't do that. Coach Spoon, get Coach Spoon out of here. They got to get her out of here. They got her out of here. They got a new coach. Bring over Tyler Marsh from Vegas. And what are they saying now about Marsh? Oh, Tyler Marsh, he's this, he's that, he's that. Y'all have to stop blaming the coaches, bro. After one season, dog, you can't judge a coach's, in my opinion, you can't judge a coach's performance off of one season, especially if that's their first season as a head coach at said level. If I'm a first year head coach in the WNBA on a pro level, why am I being fired after one season? That doesn't even make sense. You got to give people the chance to develop a system as a head coach, for a chance for the system to then work, to assimilate to the players, for the players to understand what the heck is going on and execute it. Get the right type of personnel in it. You know what I'm saying? It's all of the things, bro. It's all of the things. You have to do that, man. And so that's how I feel about the situation. Stop rushing off people. please stop rushing off people. Let people do their jobs. Stop trying to pressure people to lose their jobs early on. And I understand it's a part of sports. Coaches getting fired, general managers getting fired, front office personnel getting fired. It's a part of sports. Can't do nothing about it. It's a part of the game. People still get paid the way their contracts are set up a lot of times. Even if they get fired, they still get paid afterwards. So it's not like, oh, you don't get no this and that, da, 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 everything and things of that sort. However, you have to give people time, bro. So that's how I feel about the situation. Much love to Maisha Hines Allen. I'm saying this and speaking up directly to the fans. Much love to whoever recorded this. Is this the person who recorded it? What? Is this from? Oh, is this from Landon? First of all, shouts out Landon Thomas. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep getting mixed up with Landon Best or Landon Boast. That's my dog. I'm not familiar. I don't know Landon Thomas personally, but shouts out to him for getting this footage. And they booed this man in New York, like on the road. He's getting booed on the road loudly. And I see people upload things saying like, showing DJ's face and Paige's face in the huddle by looking at him and like, oh, he don't know what he doing, this and that. Bro, it's tough being it. Like, it's his first year, dog. And people saying going from Tara Vanderveer and Gino Auriemma to this is crazy. It's his first year, coach. You think Gino was like that for season 1? Come on, bro. Like, y'all got to give people time to be people, bro. Because that's exactly why Chicago has gotten worse. They got rid of Spoon after 1 year. And they got rid of Kennedy, which is a whole nother thing, you know what I'm saying? And like they said, if that stuff was allegedly true with them allegations on social media of what Sabria Whitaker posted about, when you have a player that's missing practice and showing up to practice drunk and missing shoot around and thinks shoot around is optional and not professional, then, whatever happens to them happens to them. So I'm not going to defend them, right? Remember, so that's what she said, if you guys didn't know. And someone was like, if Shawty was averaging 17 and she was scoring like that while drunk at the game, that's even more impressive. That make her even colder. That's funny. But yeah. Anyway, but those are all the things that made Chicago fall off. So now with this situation in Dallas, I see it going the same way. And that's not the way you want to go, bro. You give the people 2-3 years, let them cook and do whatever. Arike also said something. She was like, I see all the talk. I don't clap back. I mind my business. But if the talk ever gets crazy, I'm going to one day speak my truth. I'll be interested to see her truth on it. But I'm not even going to go there. This is some older news, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So shouts out to Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin, he left his party early because people wouldn't get off the stage in Atlanta. This happens all the time, especially in Atlanta, growing up in the city, as I always have to say and stuff like that, or growing up in the metro area. Let me say that. Growing up in the metro area, it's like a thing, dog, like where everybody just stands on stage. And it became kind of like almost a thing of like hood endearment or something like that. I remember at Georgia State, beyond just the hood or whatever, just like Black folks in Atlanta, like they just love standing on the stage, bro. We had this thing called Plaza at Georgia State, and Plaza had a stage on it, and Hot 97 or Hot 107.9, they would set up a DJ thing over there, and they play music. And it was funny because like I didn't realize this until Jared, shouts out to Jared, he pointed it out to me. He's like, Black folks love standing on the stage. I said, bro, I've never noticed that before. In the middle of kind of the walkway, it's like the library's right here, and it's one hall over here, and it's a student center over here, and it's like 2 more academic halls behind this stage. It's a stage in the middle of all of it, so students are going from one class to the other. It's like on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12, from like 12 to 1 or 12 to 2, just be a DJ out there just playing music. And then like a group of students would just be standing on stage like they didn't have like class or whatever in the middle of the day. They just be like dancing, taking videos for the Instagram or whatever and stuff like that. I don't even know if Instagram stories were like really a thing back then, which makes me sound old. But I don't even think Instagram stories were a thing back then. But people, you know, will record stuff and everything. Snapchat was definitely a thing back then, though. So people would snap and all that. And that's just what it was. It was pretty annoying for other students just trying to get to class because you're like doing this while people are trying to have a party in the middle of it. Georgia State eventually got rid of it, and people were like, "This is our culture. You're getting rid of our culture when you got rid of Plaza and stuff like that." It was a big deal. But that's Atlanta culture. Georgia State's in the middle of Atlanta. It's in the middle of downtown Atlanta if you've never been. And you know, people just love standing on stage, bro. Like, I have homies because y'all know I grew up with rappers and stuff like that in Atlanta. So when those guys are up there performing, like, it's a lot of my homies and classmates and stuff like that on stage with them that have nothing. They not performing anything. They not DJing. They not playing the song. They just cool with the performer and they just standing on stage. So it is a thing. And it always happens like this every single show. We need y'all to clear the stage. So-and-so, you know, fill in the name of the act. Said they aren't coming on the stage until y'all get off the stage. Come on, bro. You know, if you're not with me, get off the stage. Everybody just get off the stage. I remember Street Execs, 2 Chainz and his whole crew, rest in peace to Bankroll Fresh. Shouts out to Travis Porter. They were all up there, right? And for 2 Chainz to get up, he had the most people on stage because they wanted to be next to 2 Chainz. And they would just not get off stage, right? They was like, bro, 2 Chainz is not getting up here. He said, everybody clear the stage. Nobody getting on stage and nobody want to get off. And nobody would get off, bro. Everybody just look at each other. Cause they're like, he ain't talking to me. He ain't talking to me. You know, this and that. And I don't know. It's just an annoying part of hip hop culture. It's an annoying part of it. With that being said, I'm gonna play this video.
I said, don't get on the fucking stage.
Hey, Jay, Metro want the mic.
All right, I'm gonna let the Metro talk there.
They not gonna come on the stage and start the show until they get off. Music.
Look, I appreciate the support. I know everybody want to come support. I appreciate that, everybody with that movement. But I got about 20 artists with me that's on this stage. If you did not rap or make a beat on this motherfucking stage, please get the fuck off the stage so we can come celebrate and put this show on the right way. If not, we just gonna do it. That's it. Y'all fuck with us. That's it. You see what I'm saying to him? I get Tom got it. Fuck this shit. See? Got cool shit.
Oh, we really finna go, man.
Bro, we really finna go, man. Oh, that's Chapo. Shouts out to E Chapo, the homie. You know, he try, yeah, the homie, she in the cut over here with the A hat.
Well, we leaving. Yep. Metro said, fuck that shit. There's all these celebrity ass Atlanta niggas who swear that they are something. They goddamn wanted to stay on stage. So, ain't no futuristic summer in Atlanta. Everybody swear they Metro homeboy, his cousin, his friend or some shit like that. We gone. They go to Manchester City, girl.
No, because I did photography too. Okay.
Damn, this nigga just left the room.
Yeah, Metro said, fuck it, we gone. Yeah. Because motherfuckers in Atlanta think they think they Metro Boomin. They're not even Metro Boomin. That Metro Boom party, they think they Metro Boomin at his party. Damn, that's crazy.
They think they Metro Boomin at Metro Boomin's party. That's exactly how it goes, man. It's crazy because they chanted at them get off the stage and they still wouldn't get off the stage, bro. Who else pointed this out? Sunny Digital. Sunny Digital also pointed this out when I went to one of Tony's first shows, Tony Snow. It was actually his first show that he was headlining, and it was in Low 5 at the same place where I seen Little Tony perform. It was the same place where Flage was supposed to perform, and it was the same place that Layla performed. And over there, you know, he had Yellow Bandana and Caribou open for him. And it was like Caribou's first performance. Legendary night, by the way. First rap performance. She was already performing as a DJ around the city and stuff like that. So, who was it? Yellow Bandana. He goes up first. And shouts out to Yellow Bandana. He's dope. But Yellow Bandana, part of his gimmick is he has like 15 people with him on stage at all times. And he's like, it's like one of those things. And they turned it up on stage with him. But Sunny Digital was on the side. He couldn't see Yellow Bandana. And he tweeted out, he said, yo, artists, stop having a bunch of 50 people, your people on stage with you. He said it's going to look like better if you put them in the crowd and they turn up in the crowd. Because if they turn up in the crowd, you know, it looks like you got some support, you got some real fans and stuff like that. You got some real motion when they singing your words and stuff like that. And it's going to get the rest of the venue going. And I agree with that 100%. Like, if you have your friends and your supporters in the crowd, then it's going to look more genuine and authentic. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have people thinking like, dang, who's that? Who's this? Anti the Menace. Shout out to Anti the Menace. He opened up for Glorilla in a club one night that I was in East Atlanta. And boy, he had to have like 50 people on stage with him, dog. Like and he does that every show. I don't know how you even have an entourage that big, but he had 50 people on stage with him. It's just crazy. The people on stage culture has to end, dog. Like they said, if you're not the DJ or the artist, get off the stage, bro. You're not the DJ or the artist or the feature artist, get off the stage. It don't need to be all that, bro. Please. Okay, next up. Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh, DJ Miss Milan said something. She said this right here. DJ Miss Milan, by the way, that's Dolce's DJ. This right here. Then you want to tell them to get off stage and they all look around like you're not talking to them. I hate that so bad. Why do you want to be seen and you have nothing to do with the performance or DJ set? 100%. Why do you want to look like you famous? Like the sections thing. I remember I went to 21's party, right? One time, his birthday party. He throws an open party in Underground and stuff like that every year for his birthday around the time of Halloween because his birthday is like near the end of October. So one year I went and we were VIP because we were media. So you know, as media, we were like in the VIP section. But the way that Underground is set up is levels. So there's like 3 levels. And 21 and his crew, like, not Phobia, but PDE, they're all up there on the stage on the 3rd level. VIP is on the 2nd level. So we're looking up to 21 and stuff like that. But you know, about the middle of the night, everybody ends up on stage, bro. And 21 has to grab the mic and say, please get off stage, bro. It's a whole VIP section down there. Ain't nobody in VIP. Everybody trying to be on stage. And that's the thing, man. The exclusivity, people want to look. Oh, I'm exclusive. You know, I'm on stage. You know, I'm important. You know, I'm up here. Bro, no one's looking at you if you're on stage. If you're on stage, people are looking at the person who's performing on stage. They are not looking at the person. Oh, who's this? Who's that? Nobody cares, buddy. We're looking at 2 Chainz. We're looking at 21 Savage. We're looking at Glorilla. We're looking at whoever the heck is performing at the time. We're not looking at you. Unless you about to dance. If you're a backup dancer or something like that, have something to do with the performance or show, cool beans. But even then, people are mainly paying attention to the main person, dog. Get over yourself. Main character syndrome. Shouts out to DJ Miss Milan. Shout out Dochi. Okay, next. Kyrie was speaking about himself as a younger player. I just wanted to watch this. Oh, he said, to start my career, I love Cleveland. Shouts out to Cleveland, bro. They showed us some love in the land, huh? All right, let's get into it.
My career with, I love Cleveland. Don't get me wrong. I'm appreciative of all the things that they've done for me. But at the same time, I would have loved to choose the franchise I wanted to go to. You know what I'm saying? What? I would have loved to develop
Yo, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Kyrie might be the breakout streamer of the summer, dog. Shout out to Kyrie Irving, dog. He really be like when he streams, he holds nothing back. He tells it like it is. I rock with Kyrie, but that's also why he be getting in so much trouble all the dang time because he tell it like it is. He don't care. I rock with Kyrie, bro. Shout out to Kyrie Irving, man.
Next to some of my favorite players and some of my favorite people. Because being a young player, when you're on a team that's not winning a lot of games, there's a lot of bad habits that form, and that's what ended up happening to me when I was very young. I had a lot of
and that's how you develop culture and balance around the league. The bad teams have to draft the good players to give the bad teams a good chance.
Bad habits. I was
Memphis. Like I always look at it like this for this generation. Dang, Luka. I'll say Luka too. Luka is Dallas, and that's crazy. He's gone. Ja is Memphis. Trey is Atlanta. LaMelo's Charlotte. Zion's New Orleans. Like those players are just kind of like glued to them. That's who they are. They represent the city. They run those cities and stuff like that. And without, you know what I'm saying, those teams being bad enough to be high enough to pick those guys, those aforementioned guys, then there will be no superstars over in any of those markets. Those markets I just named. Maybe Luka in Dallas, but the other four, no.
Not a winner. I was not a loser, at all. Like I take my accountability. I had a lot of bad habits as a young player, and that came from losing games and just trying to get buckets all the time. Right. I know it may have been beautiful for everybody to watch and getting all the highlights and getting all the accolades, but all I really wanted to do was win. I've won a high school championship. You know what I mean? My goal was to win a college championship, and I've won an NBA championship. For me, I've grown up in this industry or grown up in this culture as a winner. I've won a lot of games. I've lost a lot of games. You know what I mean? I've been to the finals. I've won in the finals. I've lost in the finals multiple times. So for me, I'm happy with being able to get a chance to play with good teams. But when you guys make it about one player, it is kind of just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just one player that you have to promote. Like, we had like solid players on our team. And I probably took that from.
You talking about the early Cleveland days? Who are you talking about? Anderson Varejao? Dion Waiters?
For granted more often. Like when we were really good, I was like, damn, we're actually pretty good. We got a lot of veterans. We got a lot of people that commit to it. But when you're playing with somebody like Bron or somebody that you guys like to compare him to, it's a different animal. It's a different journey. You know what I'm saying? Like you're automatically expected to be at the top of the charts, the top of the league. Every time you play with Bron, it's going to be a lot of media attention. It's going to be a lot of back and forth of narratives. It's going to be about a lot of spun narratives. It's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to be a lot of shit that a lot of people don't see in front of the camera. And for me, I was just a young person trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's not that I dislike playing with Bron at any time. It was just literally, it was my time to move on. And that's what people got to accept. They want a deeper, detailed dive in terms of what happened. It's like, it was my time to move on. I don't care if I remember it as that person. Like, that was my decision. I wouldn't change it for what.
That's real, bro.
That's fine. I don't care. You guys can have your own opinions. It's my life. It's my career.
Ooh.
No one could ever live in the shoes. No one could ever have anything that's like legitimate to say or what they would have done in my position. Because you have no idea what you would have done. Ooh. You have no idea what you would have done if you were in my position. You don't know what the fuck happened. So many media people that were commenting on shit, so you have no idea what's happening. And here you are just adding details to something that has nothing to do with it. Everybody was trying to guess. Everybody was trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? Why? When I'm done playing, you guys will hear the real story. Trust me, you guys will hear the real story. When I'm done playing, or in the next few years.
In the zone and knocks it down. And you know what made that play unbelievable degree of difficulty right here? He has to like double clutch it as
Kyrie not holding back at all, bro. Like I said, he might be, he's breakout streamer of the summer, dude. Oh my goodness. I didn't even expect to be that speechless at the end of it, but he was saying a lot of media narratives respond and stuff like that. How I always feel about the situation is like, I always have beef when people are like, y'all don't know the real story. You know, I've already gone on a rant before. I'm like, why don't you just tell the full story? If you're tired of people telling the wrong narrative and stuff like that, why don't you just say what actually happened? I always think about that. But then again, I've been in those shoes too, where people like, you know what I'm saying, ran off with some narrative about me. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not how it went down. And then, you know, it's like, well, why don't you tell them publicly what happened? And it's like, I don't want people in my business. But then when you don't tell people stuff, then people going to be in your business anyway with the wrong information, which is more annoying. So tell people what's going on, bro. When they want to know something, just tell them, bro. Just be transparent. Transparency, it adds a lot of more friends. Like, excuse me. I bet in just like streaming in this past month, Kyrie has built even a stronger and more loyal fan base. Even being Kyrie Irving, he's opened himself up to have a whole new horde of fans because he's being honest about all the behind the scenes with the NBA. Jeff Teague, a great example. Jeff Teague, someone that didn't speak much when he was actually playing. Now he does a podcast where he's saying all the things, he's saying all the conspiracy theories and all the things he believes about the league and how it works and how they market players and stuff like that. And he's more popular than ever now. Joe Budden, same thing. You know, you can go down the line. So I know Joe Budden's not sports, but people appreciate transparency. So I feel like people should be a little more transparent. And, you know, PR training, media training is necessary at some points, you know, for the sake of professionalism and things of that sort. What is professionalism? I know I always talk about that. To me, honestly, it's just like lack of cussing. Like, don't be cussing every other word when you know kids are watching this. You know, be appropriate. It is a product that is families and everything like that oriented. So keep that in mind. I think if anything, that's like the media training, to be honest. But all this stuff of like, don't say this, don't say that, don't say that. It creates this where, you know, you don't hear players talk Kwame Brown for 20 years and then they just unleash everything after. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, bro. My message from this is be more transparent because people will appreciate you more. And you can squash a lot of those media narratives and stuff like that expeditiously if you just let people know what's going on. Yeah, that's my take. That's my rant on it. Next thing. David Justice on what led to the Halle Berry divorce. So with this, David Justice, this is from the Shade Room. And I'm not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, Shade Room type person to speaking on people's marriages and businesses. But this quote got me when I was on Facebook earlier. And it was funny to me. So I was like, oh, I have to look at this. He said, Halle Berry's ex, David Justice, claims her lack of maternal traits led to their divorce. She don't cook or clean, quote unquote. This made me laugh. And for that reason alone, I had to look at the story, bro. Like I said, I don't like to get in people relationships and everything like that. I stay away from that because I feel like that's way into the gossip world. And believe it or not, I stay away from fairly. Like, there's a little distance between me and gossip on this channel, believe it or not, bro. But yeah. But the quote was funny. I just had to pull it up because of the quote. Maurice Cassidy of the Shade Room wrote this. Excuse me. In a recent candid interview, Sit Down with All the Smoke podcast, former MLB star David Justice opened up about his marriage to Halle Berry, shedding light on why their marriage ended. Justice, then married with Berry from 1993 to 1997, cited her lack of motherly qualities as a reason for their split. He also disclosed that Berry proposed to him just 5 months. Oh, so she proposed. She proposed to him just 5 months into the relationship, catching him off guard when he wasn't even ready for marriage. Here's what he said. Justice re-encountered the whirlwind romance that led to their engagement, admitting Berry popped the question after only 5 months. She asked me to marry her, and I'm like, okay, because I couldn't say no. He shared in the episode, which premiered on August 7th. Host Matt Barnes jokingly asked who could turn down Halle Berry at the time, to which Justice laughed, but admitted his heart wasn't fully in it. He said, quote unquote, it caught me off guard, he said, noting the pressure of not wanting to hurt her feelings. According to Justice, their relationship was strained under Barry's demanding acting career, which often separated them while she was filming movies, quote unquote. We were having a good time, but we weren't together all the time. David Justice explained the physical distance combined with the uncertainty of their marriage set the stage for the challenges ahead. Justice speaks on Barry's alleged lack of motherly qualities. Justice, who had limited relationship experience before Barry, compared her to his mother, who embodied the traditional domestic roles. My knowledge around relationships just wasn't vast, he admitted. Looking at my mom, a wife at the time, she could cook and clean. He questioned whether Barry, who didn't cook or clean or exhibit motherly traits, was suited for a long-time partnership or motherhood. I'm thinking, if we have kids, is this woman I want to have kids with? He said. David Justice reflected on the therapy might have saved their marriage, as they didn't face any major issues like infidelity, but struggled with compatibility. We probably could have made it if I knew about therapy, he noted. Dang. Their differences became more apparent as the marriage progressed. The former athlete's traditional views clashed with Barry's lifestyle as a leading Hollywood star, sparking growing tensions. While he acknowledged no single catastrophic event ended their relationship, the absence of shared values and his doubts about her nurturing side contributed to their 1997 divorce. And here's the clip. Shouts out to All the Smoke.
We probably could have made it if I knew about therapy. If we knew about therapy, we probably could have made it. We never had any major issues like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that because I was young and had only been in, honestly, one real relationship before her, my knowledge and my understanding, my wisdom around relationships just wasn't vast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So
Also, I'm going to give another side note on what this is. Look at this. This post with the exact same quote that got me in from Shade Room. It's the same quote from Shade Room. Look at this on Facebook 11 hours ago. It's got 9.1 thousand impressions. It's been shared nearly 800 times, and it's got it's got over 14,500 comments. This same person who aggregated, or a different person who aggregated it with the same quote, she don't cook or clean, it darn near word for word. Halle Berry's ex-husband, David Justice, says her lack of maternal traits contributed to their divorce. Quote, she don't cook, clean. Let's see what this Facebook thing says. Halle Berry's ex, David Justice, claims her lack of maternal traits led to their divorce. Quote, she don't cook, clean. It's the same exact thing. This one has 1,000 views, and this in 9 comments, 9 likes, 1 retweet, and the other has the numbers we just said. Probably 1 million people done looked at it. You know what I'm saying? The lesson in this is not always just the quality of content. I just want to say that. So to anybody looking at stuff and you discourage at numbers, it's not always that. It's the algorithm. Obviously, Shade Room has a bigger platform, but just understand these things, bro. Just look at this stuff, man.
In my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean.
Traditional.
You know, and then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, you know, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues. Listen, we never I'll say this. We never had any issues about other women, other men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I was never tripping when, well, I was tripping one time when she.
Oh no, I got one time I was tripping.
At one time, because I didn't understand it. When we were out to lunch in LA. And I remember I'm from Cincinnati, man. I ain't even in LA scene like that. And she see an actor that she worked with one time, and he came in, hey, kissed him on the lips.
Oh wow.
What we doing around here?
Is he European or American? I'm confused.
American.
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, so I know this around here.
Is he European or American?
He said, what we doing, right?
American. I'm confused.
American.
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh.
Matt Barnes, he tender about it. All right. I ain't gonna speak on Matt. Two light-skinned brothers. Shout out all light-skins, man. All my light-skinned homies.
Oh, so I know this.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, let me see if there's an ending part of the story. Halle Berry's response to critics and moving forward. Meanwhile, Halle has addressed critics who label her as someone who, quote unquote, can't keep a man. In a February 2024 appearance on the Drew Barrymore show, the 58-year-old now dating Van Hunt pushed back against the narrative surrounding her 3 divorces from Eric Benet and Olivier. I don't even know. I'm sorry. Olivier Martinez. Quote unquote, it's hard in these streets. I've heard people say something must be wrong with Halle Berry. She can't keep a man. Who's to say I want to keep a man? I don't want to keep the wrong man. Like, I'm not crazy, right? She asked. And there's that. Furthermore, Berry emphasized her choice to prioritize healthy relationships. The mom, too, shared that she manifested her current relationship by focusing on her desires rather than her past mistakes. Her confidence and clarity reflect a woman unbothered by external judgment, focused on her personal growth and happiness. Berry isn't letting criticism about her love life get through to her, though. She's embracing her independence and current relationship with optimism rather than focusing on the past.
I've heard people say, something must be wrong with Halle Berry. She can't keep a man. Who's to say I want to keep a man? I don't want to keep the wrong man. Like, I'm not crazy. No. Right?
Drew Barrymore beat all into people's face. It's crazy.
So when you find that you make a mistake, we all make mistakes. We have a right to say, oh God, this was a mistake. Let me start again. We have a right to do that.
All right, so there's that. Is that it? Okay, that's it. There it is. She don't cook or clean. I heard that, David Justice. All right. Next. Reportedly, someone is saying on TikTok, you got to take this with a grain of salt because it's TikTok. On TikTok, they are saying FDMG Academy from Dr. Umar Johnson, excuse me, will reportedly be auctioned off by the city in 20 days. This is TikTok, grain of salt now. TikTok says a lot of wrong things. What Meg Thee Stallion say? Them big, bold, white letters. Can't trust it. But I'm going to play this video. Now, I say alleged and TikTok, not confirmed, nothing like that. All right, here we go.
Oh, no.
But the FDMG Academy website did go down, so there's that.
Claims that his bank accounts were frozen. He's been having financial struggles for decades now, but he alleges that his bank accounts were frozen. But there's something else here that everyone needs to be aware of, and I want to get right on into it. Here you go. This right here is a munition, and this was filed August 5th of 2025, which was 3 days ago. Today's August 8th of 2025. I don't think Umar is aware of this yet. I don't believe Umar is aware that this was posted up there on the door for these abandoned buildings, not just one side of the street, but both sides of the street. Now, I don't have the screenshots of the documentation for the other side of the street, but this side right here, this is the large building. Read this to you guys. Munition. Take warning. This is to Umar. To all persons having or claiming to have any title, interest, or lien upon, lien upon the within described premises. Take warning that unless the judgment for the taxes or assessments stated herein is paid within 20 days after the date hereof, or within such period of 20 days, evidence of the payment of the taxes or assessments herein claimed shall be filed in the office of the, I can't even read that, I think it says probationary, or I don't know if that's an H, I can't tell, which evidence shall be in the form of, I can't see that one either. I think it says rescripted bill or duplicate thereof, hearing date prior to the filing of the lien in the office of the I can't read that, bonitary for the Newcastle County, the city of Wilmington may proceed to sell the property. Listen, did you hear that? But it's for Newcastle County, the city of Wilmington may proceed to sell the property herein mentioned or described for the purpose of collecting the judgment for the taxes or assessments herein stated. Property address 610 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. Tax parcel number, I referred to that earlier, 26029-40028. Water and sewer account number 16846, etc. Person in whose name the subject property is assessed, Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, RBG, International Leadership Academy, Inc. Years, taxes. Okay, it doesn't show any taxes. So water and sewer charges, December 9th, 2016. Watch this. And then it says December 30th, 2024 through May 29th.
All right, so let's look this up. First things first, is there anything on Google? I don't think there's anything on Google. All right, so that's first. So we're going to go to FDMG Academy address. We're going to do that. Okay. The address is P.O. Box, Wilmington, Delaware. Okay, let's see. Copy this. Let's see what pops up. All right, tax deductible, not an official document. All right, let's see what this is. All right, it's loading up. This is 2021, Donald Murray versus Umar Johnson, breach of contract, pre-trial conviction. What's the trial about? Oh, they got people's contact on here and stuff. Breach of contract. The buildings are boarded over the doors. And said internet search says the property foreclosed and also indicated, quote unquote, don't believe the hype about a subject buying the property, nor matching the DMV records for the subject. What is this? What was this? I don't even know what this was. Let me see if I can find something. Like he said, IRS. Okay, so here's the IRS 2020 open to the public, FDMG, RBG, Leadership Academy. This is 2020. Our group subordinates, 5113C, corporation, everything he said. Purpose, African Center Education for Children, particularly in underprivileged communities. Here it is. No. Okay, no. So here's him filing his taxes. This is 2020 from the IRS directly. You guys see it right here. Okay. Well, what did they say here? What was the claim? The claim was that it's going to be auctioned off. Let me see. Auction. This is going to be auctioned. This is 1 month ago. I don't see anything about auction. It's cause IQ. Yeah, I don't see anything about auction. Total assets, 600,000. Jeez Louise. Let me see. Auction by LLC. This business is not BBB credited. Oh, snap. Oh no, this is a different address. Let me see. Name, capital credits, voluntary petition, filing bankruptcy. It's a bankrupt. Let me see. Bankrupt. I don't see nothing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see nothing. This could be made up. You guys seen that? I looked it up myself. Hold on, brother. My boy's calling me. Hold on, I'm calling back. Yo, I'm on stream. Oh, you on stream right now? Yeah. My boy saying what's up. Chat.
We out here spreading the gospel. We out here spreading the good news, man. So anybody that loves the Lord, wants to know more about the Lord, subscribe to Game Day Grace right now. Game Day Grace Pod on TikTok. Game Day Grace on Facebook. We on Spotify. We on Apple Podcasts. We everywhere, man, spreading this message. So, hey, shout out to Rashad. Everything he been doing. God's favor's been over this man. We've been praying for this man. So go ahead and support him. Obviously, if you're on the stream right now, you obviously support him. If you support him, go ahead and support Game Day Grace. Again, we doing this not for us, not for our own game, but for the Lord. So we trying to depopulate hell. That's what we out to do. So
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to everybody on YouTube, man.
No, 100%. Sub up to Game Day Grace, everything like that, man. But yeah, bro. I'm talking about Umar right now. There was a TikTok that said allegedly FDG Academy is about to get auctioned off in 20 days. I looked it up for a document online. I don't see one. So, and they said the IRS, he's owed the IRS taxes and he's never filed taxes. And I pulled up a 2020 tax statement from the IRS's website of FDMG Academy. So that's that. Interesting. But yeah, bro, I'm probably going to be off in like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. If that's cool with you.
All right, yeah, I'm actually about to get back to work, bro. I thought you might have been kicking it with Jared. So.
Oh, no. Jared, I think he's asleep.
Oh, he went to bed?
Yeah. He's asleep.
It's all good.
But yeah. But yeah, we got to talk though about the trip and everything like that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely talk, man. I'm about to get in here and try to edit after this preseason game. So.
Yeah, no doubt. But did you say hi?
No. I ain't even see old dude, so nah, I ain't say hi. Cause the thing is, I did meet him. I met him on IG Live one time.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna try to play it like, bro, he was with somebody, bro.
I can't remember who it was.
I don't know who it was, bro. You was out there in Vegas, and then he might have said it, but it is what it is, bro. And honestly, bro, they didn't have a good day. Like they only scored 7 points.
Yeah.
Even though it's preseason, you know how coaches be, man. They like, bro, we did all this practice, we put all this stuff, trying to put it to work in the game, and y'all only scored 7 points.
Y'all didn't execute.
So.
No, for sure. Yeah. But all right, bro. I'm gonna let you get to it, man.
All right, for sure.
All right, peace. Oh, Game Day Grace, shout out. What you want to shout out again?
Oh yeah, Game Day Grace, man. Look up Game Day Grace on YouTube, Game Day Grace Pod on TikTok, man. Again, it is a Christian-based sports podcast. So we're talking to athletes, coaches, executives, media personalities, anybody in the sports world that is grounded in their faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. Shout out my Lord and Savior. I gave my life to Christ. My relationship's really been evolving, but my quick testimony, man, I was red pill. If you've been on YouTube for a long time, you know what that is. And the Lord called me out of that. Ever since then, I just been walking with the Lord. I'm now married. I got a kid on the way. So my life has definitely been changed. I've definitely been blessed ever since I told the Lord, you know what, you can have everything. So now we just doing that, with this podcast, same thing. It's just an act of obedience. So we hope y'all tap in.
Yes, sir. David Shealy, the man himself, man. Make sure y'all sub up to Game Day Grace. And yeah, man, I appreciate the call, like the impromptu, unintentional appearance on stream.
Hey, it's all good, bro. First time on stream.
This is your first time on my stream?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've been on the channel before, though.
I did do a video with you, but it
Yeah.
was not a live stream.
Yeah. Okay. Bet. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by, man. Have a good night.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Tell the wife I said what's up. All right, peace. Dang, I don't think he heard me on the last part. But yeah, you guys seen it, man. I pulled it up. I cannot find it. Bankrupt, cannot find it. Auction, cannot find it. This claim that he hasn't filed taxes since 2016. I don't know if that's necessarily true either, because we found the document of him filing taxes in 2020. So take that what you will with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean what the person on TikTok is saying is false. But however, you see it right here, 2020. It's open to the public, man. All right, next thing next, man. Next thing next. Queso versus Ray. Queso versus Ray, man. Streamer beef. We got some new streamer beef. Ray is clapping back, man. So if you guys didn't know, Ray announced on the Logan Paul podcast, the Impulsive podcast, that he was coming out with some noodles coming up called Ramen Noodles, you know, kind of based off of his name and being Asian and doing that and just, you know, ramen noodles. It just makes too much sense, right? So he said that, and then he said it again on stream. But this is why I don't think you should say ideas until everything is finished and it's about to be rolled out. Don't share like ideas publicly and tell people, you know, your hopes and dreams and goals, because that's how a lot of the motion stops, to be honest, to be quite frank. This is a great life lesson. And Ray is only like 19. He's only like 19. He might be 20. You know what I'm saying? So he's very young and he's learning this lesson now. But yeah, Queso apparently like to troll him. So I'm doing the ramen noodles first and showed it on the stream. And so like this man Ray, he went back with the AI thing, which is whack, by the way, Ray. You could have hired someone to like, you know, do this for you for like $15 to troll him back, but you used AI. And he said queso noodles and some ramen. So he's trolling them back. And so yeah. He said they're expected to launch next year. So anyways, let me look at these clips.
Ramen noodle. Next year, ramen noodle. Clap me up, y'all. Next year, ramen noodle coming up soon. Next year.
Yeah, what is this garage, by the way, that they've been streaming in? Like Reggie was streaming in this garage for a couple weeks too, while they were fixing the house.
Look at that. Queso's ramen noodles, baby. What you talking about? Hey, now look here, though. Hey, chat. These come out tomorrow. Gamersubs.com. No joke. Shout out Gamersubs for real. This actually some noodle action. No joke. Like this, like dead serious, like some noodle action that you can get tomorrow. No joke. Like for real. Like actually, this some noodle. Like this ain't a prop. You can like order a box of these and eat them for real. Now look at it. Now look at this. Accurate picture.
I've never watched Queso, but for him to be like one of the top guys and still streaming like that, like this looks like he's still streaming on like a webcam, and he only does desktop streams. So for him to be as big as he is, looking at this clip, I can see a bit of his personality and his accent and stuff like that. That could bring the appeal of bringing in people and stuff like that. I think I might give him a chance. However, this is whack. This is whack that that's the way that it happened of him like copying Ray. Like, come on, bro. I'm all against swagger jackers, 100%. If he's just trolling just to troll, okay, you be trolling just to troll, but don't do that to Ray, bro. Don't do that to Ray. But you see, he put the dash, but then Ray put the dash and things of that sort. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with this, but a very interesting thing to take heed of. Shouts out to Ray, bro, from going for a random fan two years ago to now like one of the top streamers in the streaming game and thing of that sort, streaming space, being friends with the biggest streamer, arguably in America and stuff like that, and Kai Cenat, and now expanding that into business and investments and all of these things that you need in life. So salute to him. I think he's got a lot of the right people in his corner. It's not perfect, you know. He's gonna make mistakes, bump his head, but it's all good at the end of the day. It's all about growth and progression, which it looks like he's making steps towards each and every single day. I'd like to thank my boy Jared for letting me crash at his place for the night of this unexpected layover and delays and missed flights. Well, it's not technically missed flights, but rebooked flights and travel. Before I get back home, thank you for community. Thank you for David. You know, these are two of my guys. You know, I just came back from, once again, National Association of Black Journalists annual convention. And there's, in the media space, it's a very competitive space where everybody's vying. Like, you can even see it on YouTube and content world and stuff like that. Everybody's looking to get audience members and numbers and things of that sort. And so in the media world, it's like everybody's vouching to get these jobs. Like, I want this job so I could eat and I can make this much money, or I can get this much, whatever the case might be, right? And so with that, there's a lot of fakeness in the industry. Like, it's a lot of fake people, a lot of insecure people. I don't know if they're like insecure of your intellect. You might be more smart than them. You might be more funny, more personable, more connecting with the audience and things of that sort, whether it's through writing or your on-camera presence, whatever the case might be, or your production skills, your editing skills, directing skills, whatever the case might be, right, of something that you want to do too. And so when that insecurity kind of bleeds out in public, then it's looking like, okay, it can be look like, hey, it could look like this, it could look like that, or it could look like, hey girl, hey, how you doing, this and that. And then, you know, they turn around and talk about you, or the next day they act like they didn't see you when they walk. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of like microaggressions and things between the lines that I could read. I could read like energies and stuff like that with that. And a lot of that stuff is like, man, I'm so thankful. It's like a great reminder. I'm so grateful for my tribe and my, you know what I'm saying, 7 to 8 people, 15 folks, the same 15 every single year. You look at pictures of me in 2016 with a group of friends, it's going to be the same group of friends that you're going to see in the picture of me in 2025, bro. Never switch it up. You know, of course, we bring a couple, you know, homies along the way and things of that nature. It's a couple of things. But the main nucleus of this whole thing is the same people. And so 2 of those people are guys that are directly involved with this stream. Jared, for letting me crash at his place tonight, being stuck in Orlando. And then David, you know, David Shealy, Deacon David Shealy, calling in with Game Day Grace and plugging in his podcast and stuff like that. And then just, you know, he's calling to check in on me. So shouts out to the bro for sure. And is there anything else I want to say? Shouts out to all my other friends. Y'all know who y'all are, the real ones and stuff like that, my tribe. Regardless of however this thing gets, and I feel like it will get, you know, just kind of gigantic at some point, because we're almost at 160 days in a row. I think, you know, we haven't even tried 365 in a row. Once we get 365, shoot, this could be, I don't know, man. It could be something different. But regardless of how big this thing gets, I always want to keep the same people around me, keep the same circle, because I know those folks for a fact won't get jealous. They won't try to, you know what I'm saying, backdoor me, whatever the case might be, because they want the numbers. And they all been a part of it too on the come up. So shouts out to my brothers, man. And shouts out to my sisters too. Like the literal sisters. All right, man, I'm going to get out of here. Tomorrow I should be back home, and we should eventually get back to more of a normal streaming schedule and stuff like that. I appreciate the patience from everybody. My name is Rashad Milligan. This is the road to 10K subs. As always, I will be live, so subscribe if you want to. We're talking about trending topics each and every single day. What time? I have no clue. It could be early. It could be late. It could be blue. It could be do. But I will be live at some point tomorrow, just like I have been for the past 150 something days. Till next time, please take care of yourselves. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Until next time.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.